two chiefs, two longings. Time went of drum, tidal wave, the nations gave, too long, value done. I want to read the dreams of both candidates. They both want to understand, or I took some notes, shared the shared dream of the candidates in relationship not to opinions but to action, to facts treatments, in relationship to what all leaders of all nations want to address but can't because of forced top-down lies and how they're trying to fix it through the only way they can manage through negotiated negative value nature uh, relationships between because they have the physical delusions only let realized since ancient times with psychology in relationship to what is physical enemies and this and that. So we miss the complex litigation arguments. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a police. I'm not a criminal. But there's an international. That's what the whole second of debate with President Obama and with President Mitt Romney, the candidate Mitt Romney, in the debate was about sanctions. Now that was about because it's about science, receptions of pseudoscience that we and theory driven instability claim linguistically stability in relationship to physical delusions, like in other words in relationship to nuclear energy claim peaceful in relationship to what is not peaceful with it, which will end us. Too long humanity stole the value of the earth, let it go by. So the candidates they're being forced to entertain not opinions that are legal, but there's not being time let to address it. So you have to make examples. But when you go to make examples, everyone's invested in it business wise, so no one can talk. See, we just need to understand we're broke. We need to understand proof. We have the proofs for correlation of it. We have our founders. We're forced to political theater that we have forced glorified. That's huge. We could shut everything down. All we have to do, we're one species. We're going to learn. The ancients probably referred to algebraic consciousness, how to think. And the ancients probably taught that psychology delusion propagates, which it demonstrably does. That we have to free speech too from the phenomenon of misprision criminalities that are manifest with opinion natures with them and interlocked. So they're holding down political interests too. You know what I'm saying? And this is in conjunction with their roles with prisons and stuff like that. And people just think prison or someone who's guilty, so they just assume that what they hear is true. We have since founding, we've had systematic evidence fabrication methods, breaching methods, and terror database relationships. The original ones um, not left incapable of being explained because everyone's was only realized to to compromise summary convictions of American history and then forced glorified. Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, but we have also tons of means to correlate so many juxtapositions of criminal enterprises in relationship to internation, intercultural uh, illusion tricks for breaching roles with these terror databases and with their shared. They liked it, on different because everyone this how everyone was only trained realized to self defenses of treatments of facts. This is in relationship to there is even I read that they knew that the world wasn't flat, the campuses, but the campuses were teaching that it was. You see what I'm saying? And they're holding all the people to pseudo identities, forced. So then the leaders are forced to speak like, and I was saying, oh, they forced Obama to wear American flag. That's pseudopositive. Pseudopositive was not. It's negative, even. It's because it's not completely positive. That's what the quarterback from San Francisco is trying to say. Free speech is more important. People want to force passion. That's illegal. That's illegal. To tell somebody if you want to fire him as a team player, even that then well that's illegal. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that's between him and the team. So and then they don't even defend him. So no one can defend. So people start. So people take defense. They're trying to what they're trying to communicate. They're hurting other people because the nature of the conversation is being forced to be about her. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand algebraic consciousness, why we are a species, and what beyond our control, the nature of positive, and why it is beyond our control, as the nature of our bodies. And so this is in demonstration of what is actively in demonstration with and as everything. It's inherent to every temporary value nature, even time. Time is a negative value nature, but inherent to time is complete positive identity, space nature identity. We're all space nature. We share this positive identity. Well, we are a real positive. See, we have an ulterior. We have all ulterior from the only natural value nature system that with no criminal persuasions. See, and this is more importantly in relationship to criminally legalized persuasion since ancient times and campus. This is why everyone is being, people are being hurt their whole lives, and then they're going out and they're in areas with business delusions, physical delusions, and economic investments into exploiting the the desperate humanity that this holds to our human standards. We are, and then everyone because everyone's told only to see through business and physical delusions. No one can step back and see we're broke, and no one could even conceive proper infrastructure. We have like a colonial raised ranch. These are less than they were building in colonial times when they had terror laws against them building. If they built any bigger, they would hurt everyone in their family and stuff like that. That was terror colonization. It wasn't just like with the witch trials. There are proofs that was in relationship to methods of the extortion of the free speech of our judiciary too, multi-front. They could correlate that for themselves, but no one could do anything about it because our opinion natures are stuck because we're stuck in a denatured landscape. Right now, the Sioux, the seven bands of the Sioux, for a long they've been they're forced to denatured land like the rest of the Native Americans, like Mashantucket. Remember how internation police warring nations, but also how they were united with methods with their roles with geopolitical campuses and geopolitical criminal prisons and medicine and all this everything because they had the sciences used for terror database relationships for insidious orchestration between all these different criminal insidiousness natures with all these juxtaposed criminal enterprises, and most importantly, the top-down, criminally legalized ones. But see, what this was the process to maintain is only let self-defense natures of trained logics with indifference to her conviction to reality, into proper morality treatments. So we have people being hurt in jails. Those are sick places, and there are recorded proofs, but there's no way to make complaints about bias. See, the way they have the police too is juxtaposed our nation sharing police, because that's the way it was forced. They denatured the Native Americans, not just the English. They were just all pseudo-educated people following a tide of negative value nature progression since ancient times. Even kings and queens were extorted because They don't understand it themselves because smart is not wise. And what held both defined was the campus, geopolitical campus between nations. So they needed peace. They needed to define things as peace. Then they self-defense trained to call this peace, and crazy chaos wars and natures of businesses internation that no one had words for. So they made other words for it, and that was being measured and still is. So they want the candidates to fight like little kids in a they want bullying to be a topic, not rights, not law, not reality. You know what I'm saying? Because they have these with narratives in relationship to original terror database relationships. So we need to set up a new business to counter these negative value nature progressions, like in New York, in the boroughs. So we can get someone to rap for me. You know what I mean? And we'll make a deal, and then and someone who wouldn't normally rap, but could use that to promote whatever something they're doing, something else they're doing. On the side, they could do this, and then they can work for the city, and then we'll like would they have teams? Any team that wants to take part, make a little. This is not to entertain business. This is to take immediate, like artistic reliefs for natures of organized crime, impositions upon human nature, and methods to the exploitation of them stayed demonstrably in no means to speak about it because of the way our police are juxtaposed in enforcing facts treatments. And no one has words for it. So everyone knows only their isolated treatments of insights that they think will be the same or worse because we don't have insights into that because no one was taught to correlate. If we understand what correlation is, algebraic consciousness. I'm not a doctor, but this is demonstrably way better. This is the only way that we can teach. This is, what's real is real. You don't say if we have a problem. We have a school that has a problem with school bullying. It's because both sides are usually there's a method of evidence fabrications that I experience and can demonstrate through experience in relationship not just to schools but how they interweave different people to further illusions in relationship to what really is furthering the juxtapositions of all these physical criminal enterprises. And then as when you really understand it, look at California. They're making that with the same terror systems that made these sick terror laws to divide us, to make us take positions defending positive logics of positive that aren't a species together and aren't always positive. In other words, there's lies in there if it's not all positive. Truth is a sequence nature too. The native rights stay forsaken too. The same way that the political candidates can't address their own parties' roles with this and with the media with this. How the only because this is multi-front in relationship to a nature of organized crime with the campuses. So the communications people are saying, well, this is how we're trained. No one's letting them the law. So there's a different kind of police with the media. So they want to hold the topic of the regular police, the ones that we love and need. You know what I'm saying? They want to hold them, maniacs and people that we need to get, bad people we need to get out of that position. You know what I'm saying? But there's too many of them get involved because of what's been state orchestrated through the natures of self-defense natures of the branches as trained. Forced glorifications of the immediate, not just of our founders, in the furtherance of the same stuff. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a police, I'm not a criminal.